Hello, team. We're back here with Cannabis Corner. And I'd like to mention our sponsor, Green Shack of San Bernardino. If you'd like a great sandwich, please check out Green Shack Deli, established 1978, voted best subs in the IE. 163 West Highland Avenue, San Bernardino, California, 92405. If you'd like to make an order in, which you can right this second, 909 886 3812. And give them a call. They have great sandwiches in there. We all eat there from I Love San Bernardino Facebook group, and it is good stuff. Right on, right on. Okay, so now we have Cannabis Corner with the great Elmo Green Meds. What's up, brother? Yeah, it should be on, right on. And we have Benita Rodriguez with us, co-hosting today.
Hello, everyone.
Now, where's your smile, Benita?
I'm smiling.
All right. Well, we know we'd love to have you on with all this cannabis discussion. And then we have our special guest today, Joe Hemp.
Hey,
What's
Joe
up?
Hemp here.
How you doing, brother?
I'm good.
Good to hear. Good to hear. Now, you got some information for us today, right?
Well, first of all, just a little bit about why I wear this getup.
Okay.
You know, there's two good reasons to keep a bag on my head.
Okay.
Number one, I don't appreciate the federal government and their prohibition.
Okay, I understand that.
And I speak for those who cannot come out of the cannabis closet.
Okay.
It's not about me, though, see? It's not about egos. It's not about I want to be Neo in the Matrix.
Okay.
You know, it's about doing the right thing. You know, there's plenty of people out there in government jobs and other jobs. They can't expose themselves as cannabis users because of prohibition.
So they have to hide behind a sack.
I speak for them.
All right, all right. That's good to hear. Good to hear. We need somebody speaking for them. And then we also have the people who aren't in the closet, like Mr. Green Meds over
I
there.
encourage people to just come out of the closet and be who you are and stop letting prohibitionists rule your life and dictate how you should be under their thumb and do things their way. Take their pills. They're not drugs, but somehow I'm a cannabis addict, you know.
Yeah.
Forget all that.
Well, that's what you're doing, Elmo. You're slowly but surely changing that that mode of thinking, I think. And Benita, you're not in the closet and you're not hiding. You're just here to talk about cannabis because you want to learn about it, right?
Yes, I want to learn about it. I have a lot of people asking me, especially the elderlies. I've talked to Elmo about it last week, and there's a lot of people that really want some more information about it.
Well, a good friend of mine just received her cannabis card thanks to Mr. Green Meds. I'm not going to mention her name, but I'm very proud that she went out and took the time to help her back, and she's going to get some good use out of that now, and maybe actually be able to move around a little bit easier. Now, I watched that Elmo posted on I Love San Bernardino a new article about what was it, a young girl that walked for the first time?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
That,
Yes. No.
I thought you were gonna say something about it.
Yeah. No, he's all wow.
Wow.
That is wow to me. That's exactly what I wrote in the comment. But what was that about, Elmo?
I didn't get to read the whole article, so I just posted it as a reminder for myself to go back and read it when I had the time.
I do that too. But basically, what it's about is that the oil allowed her to walk for the first time, and that's I mean, that's incredible to
Thumbs
me.
up.
I mean,
Yeah.
like. You see that in churches and stuff, and they'll put their hands on you, and people walk through spirituality. Well, maybe this is a way of spiritually for those people to walk, but I think it's the medicine that did it, dude. I don't think this is like just magic.
Well, you know for me that this is spiritual, sacramental
It's a little bit of
plant,
both, huh?
And yes.
Miss Rodriguez.
No, I was just going to say it didn't have anything to do with her having seizures at a young age, and then her mom decided to turn around and put her on the cannabis because of the fact that she was getting so many seizures every day. Now it's just like I believe it said like once a month she was getting
Instead
one.
of like six
Yeah,
a day.
yeah, and that she's doing a lot better, and now she's being able to walk.
That's awesome.
So now you see why, San Bernardino, you see why we're going after these issues, because that's why we have Joe Hemp here today. He's here to talk about MCLR.
That's right.
And it's a cannabis initiative for
Oh,
2016.
It's the best because it's still open for change.
Now there's There's 4 on the ballot
Oh, there's
right
more.
now,
Well,
but
there's
there's
nothing on the ballot. There's
there,
about 7 of them.
there's 4 that have qualified, and there's 3 that are on the way, right?
Well, some of them aren't trying to get on the ballot.
Okay.
So it's just a gesture.
Okay, so more than likely we'll at least have 4
Well,
initiatives
that's a
to vote
problem.
on.
That's a problem.
Mhm.
One thing I want to say to all the potential voters and people that aren't supporters of cannabis, flip the script. If it were an alternate universe and the world were full of drug users, hardcore drug users, and they passed legislation that said if we drug test you and find your body clean and pure, you're going to jail. How would you feel? Flip the script. Do the opposite of what we have now. What if prohibition were prohibition against being clean and sober? Would you stand for that? Would you want your right to be clean and sober?
Everyone would, yeah.
All right, so we don't need extremes. We don't need people going to jail for a plant, and we don't need people going to jail for being pure and holy. We need that happy medium. Cannabis may not be for you,
True, true.
but remember that it may be for somebody else.
Yeah, and I shouldn't be able to make that decision for anyone else.
That's right, and that's the whole problem with prohibition, and that's why MCLR is so important, because we're restoring people's freedom.
So let's get to the meat of the matter.
Sure.
What is MCLR?
The Marijuana Control, Legalization, and Revenue Act of 2016.
And this is already qualified with enough signatures for the ballot, correct?
No, no one is.
No one has.
Right now, people are filing
Okay.
with the state, and they're doing their brand new 30-day review process that the state has implemented.
Interesting.
Okay.
All right.
So you can go to the website of the state of California, and you can respond to initiatives that are filed. You have a 30-day public review process. And then-
Are you telling us to do that?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes. All
So
the cannabis
please,
initiatives have that. Everyone has
How
that
do we get to that website?
just Google it.
Google.
California initiatives.
And then go and do the public comment parts. We really need you to
Public
put
comments
even
go back to the proponents.
even
and
if
then
you
they
don't agree,
modify.
we want to hear your voice.
That's right. That's right. We look at the public comments and we modify the language based on feedback from the public. But what's important is MCLR has always been about feedback. It's always been about open source grassroots. None of the other initiatives were ever open source. None of the other initiatives were ever, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Okay, we're going to massage it and adjust it and manipulate it, and we're going to
Only
try
the
and make.
cannabis one, right?
Only MCLR has done that. We're the only open source effort, and we're still open.
Do you feel that it's more representative that way, or?
Well, it's a way that everybody who has an initiative can get together on the same boat.
Okay.
Because if we have a whole bunch of little boats, when the storm of prohibition and opposition comes back at us, we're all going to sink. But if we're all on one big giant steamboat,
That's what I was asking Elmo. Like,
no one's going to sink.
if there was more than one initiative and you voted for all of them, would any of those cancel each other out?
They will.
Okay.
They will. The one with the highest votes would be the one that takes priority. And if there's any conflicting sections, then they'd have to work it out legislatively.
So this is gonna be
It'd be a mess.
This is gonna be a mess.
And the problem is, if everybody voted for everything that made it on the ballot, it wouldn't be a problem. But what we have is people taking sides. Well, I'm only voting for this one and not for that one.
Oh.
And you see, that's the problem. And that's going to split the vote, and then nobody's going to win.
Yeah, divide and conquer. It always comes up. They learn how to
Right.
divide and conquer
Right.
you. But
Well, the MCLR is beautiful in the fact that we don't allow blood, breath, urine, saliva, or hair testing pre-employment or during employment.
that's good. Yes, yes.
Okay? And we don't allow that for DUI.
hmm
We want the CHP to determine a scientific impairment test based on motor skills or other impairment factors based on physical movement, your ability to play Frogger. I don't know what they're going to come up with.
Yeah, because Elmo's tolerance
Yeah.
in the way it reacts to him is
Right.
totally different than anybody else.
So you go out drinking on Saturday night, which I've been clean and sober for 6 days now. I quit drinking completely. I made up my mind, no more alcohol for old Joe.
Well,
Hemp.
congratulations,
Thank
Joe
you,
Hemp.
Thank you. But the point is, if I go out drinking on Saturday night and I go to work Monday, does my boss test me to see how many beers I had Saturday?
Well, only if you smell like alcohol.
Okay, but my point is, if I don't go to work drunk and I have a bunch of beer on
Yeah,
Saturday,
they usually don't care.
no. So if we're going to regulate alcohol and cannabis similarly, should they be allowed to test you for something you did 30 days ago?
Yeah, and most of those bosses usually go out in their truck and light up a cigarette right after they tell you can't smoke cannabis, you know?
Right. Right.
Yeah. It's a bunch of hypocrisy, but we're sorting through that. That's why me and Elmo made this show up, right? So we
Yeah,
can
that's
like
it. That's
break
it.
through this. Yeah, you have any
Well,
questions
thank
for
you.
Mr. Joe Hemp?
No. talk quite often.
Well, mention something interesting about Mr. Hemp here. I met him over at the Brownie Mary meeting parties, I
Yeah, he
think.
shows up once in a while.
And he
More
talked about this issue.
That's correct.
more often in Riverside. Actually, I recently had a talk about making ice hash in Riverside,
Okay.
and Joe here.
Yeah, I put it
Uh,
on YouTube on the Joe
that's
Hemp
it.
channel. You can go
That's
check it
it.
out.
Oh yeah, please
I
check
haven't
out the
posted
Joe
it
Hemp
on
channel.
Facebook yet, but I will. I will.
I'm going to the Joe Hemp channel as soon as I get home. I'm putting that up on I
He
Love
has a
San
lot of good
Bernardino.
information on his channel. I suggest
Oh,
that you
there's
Uh,
there's
subscribe.
there's 33 short video clips about MCLR. Any question you could have could
All
be
right.
answered there.
So if you miss it here, head to that station soon.
Or if you want to read it for yourself and give back feedback on an open source Google document,
Mhm.
go to www.mclr.us.
Okay.
Join the nation, donate, then click the donate button again. Then go drink a cup of coffee, go back to your computer and click the donate button again. And then call 3 of your friends and have them do the same
Well,
thing.
and then a shot of whiskey and
then donate again.
No, Joe quit. Remember.
I don't drink, but
Yeah,
you can
but-
do whatever
but
you
the
want.
donors can. The
You're over
I still
21, and
do,
I'm not
but-
telling you how to live your life, right?
Uh,
I'm not a prohibitionist,
That's true. That's true.
right?
Mhm.
What works for me may not work for you.
And it doesn't. I think there's almost 7 billion different ways to look at everything because we're all different.
That's right.
And broad brushstroking one law for everybody is that's just stupid.
It doesn't work.
Yeah,
Doesn't
it never
work.
does
And
work.
and you know the government. Let's talk about AB 266.
That's what we were talking about last week.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, that thing is horrible.
Okay, explain what you don't like about
The whole
AB
thing.
266. Huh?
The
The whole thing. It throws out collectives and cooperatives completely.
hmm
I have a feeling they're going to start raiding places just to shut them down to make them buy a state license later when they pass it.
Oh, of course they're making ways
Sure.
to control the system
Sure.
still.
I would go as far as to say that the government started the fires up north to burn the weed fields.
Mr. Alcarez, you got a
Hey,
question
here
for
goes.
Mr. Joe Hemp?
Yeah, I was just wondering, is that the unknown comic or what?
The unknown pothead.
Yeah, he's standing up for all of those
I could
who
tell
are
you a
hidden
joke,
behind the
but
closet.
I'd have to kill you.
Go
Now,
ahead.
now, since I can't smoke, because I am looking for work, so I don't have to sleep under a bridge later.
See, that's disgusting, isn't it?
Yes,
I
that's
can't-
wrong, Joe
can't-
Hemp.
I can't smoke weed, but after the show, I'm going to go home and smoke some ribs. Ba-dum-bum.
Yeah, but you know what? But I'd rather you smoke weed than some ribs, brother. I really
Well,
would.
yeah.
I think you need it because what's this this for right here?
Oh, well, I went into Kaiser recently and said, "Hey, I'm ready. Make me RoboHemp. Fix my hip." And the doctor said, "You're too fat and you're too young. We're not going to touch you."
Oh.
So I'm disabled. My hopes are in the toilet for finding a good career that I used to do everything.
hmm
You know, it's sad. It's sad. You get old and your body falls apart. Cannabis can be there for you.
Yes, it can.
I can't sleep at night. I was using tinctures, cannabis tinctures. And I slept like a baby. I slept through the night. I dreamt in
A cannabis
coma.
tincture is a form of is it alcohol and a cannabis mixture?
Sometimes they're different ways that they're made,
Right.
either a glycerin or alcohol based, but it's liquid cannabis that you can take sublingually. You just drop
Like an
little
act-
drops
like an
under
extract.
under your
Right,
tongue.
so I have a little dropper, on the headboard. Take a
Mhm.
half a dropper full. Grandpa Tom's tinctures. The guy's a
So
saint.
you're not even smoking it, huh?
Oh, well, rarely.
Yeah, well, that's the main problem most people have with it. Is a smoke issue.
Well, I'll tell you what. You take a half a dropper full, you go to bed, you're asleep in 15 minutes, you dream in color, you wake up with sand in your eyes, you say, "I haven't slept like that since I was 2 years old." What's the problem? You wake up sober. Where's the problem?
There is, in my eyes, there isn't an issue, but
And
it's
I think
it's
that's-
federally illegal. That's the
Well,
problem.
Well,
Beyond
I know,
being-
I don't agree with it,
beyond
but
being federally illegal, just the discrimination. So
Yeah.
so we have someone here that you can see obviously can benefit from this medicine.
he can't take it.
He's
No.
explained a medical use that he has for this medicine, even to the point that it's not, smoking, not the
Sure.
poor people's
oh,
method
the
of
evils of
ingestion.
cannabis, tar, and
You know,
nicotine. But come
because
on.
that's really what it comes down to
Oh,
is
boy.
is a class thing. But he's voluntarily denying himself of this medicine in order to reduce his chances of being denied employment.
That's right.
Any side effects from not using it?
Yeah, my comedy sucks.
Just so you're not dying, you're not like,
No, there's no withdrawal.
yeah, okay, all
No.
right. Well, I just wanted to make sure. Okay.
No.
What would
Piece
you
of
say the
cake.
side effects are of not taking the cannabis medicine any
The
longer?
side effects of not taking it,
Sleep? No sleep?
I can't sleep at night. I have 3 positions that I sleep in, and none of them work. None of them.
Well, that's
And
no
then the
good.
cat jumps on me, and forget it. Forget it.
Does he eat your cannabis or?
No, she better not. She's already hyperactive enough. Well, we rescued a kitten recently,
Mhm.
and she's just tearing up the house.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
The big cat doesn't like her, but anyway, it's a long story, but it's fun to watch. Let me tell you.
This is like the craziest interview I've ever done, by the way.
No, but listen, back to MCLR. MCLR is in fundraising mode right now. You know, one of the problems with donors for this cannabis effort is that a lot of them don't want to put money in the ring right now because they don't know if it's a winning bet or a losing bet. Well,
Just
this
gotta
way-
bet first.
Well, it is for them because if they put their money in the wrong basket and the other basket ends up taking off, they're
Yeah, but that's politics.
well, yeah, but we have to be realistic about this effort. I mean, because prohibition is out there. The League of Cities is out there. The police chiefs organizations are out there. The war on drugs, asset seizure, where they raid you, they take all your cash, they take your house, they take you to court, and then they make you sign a paper saying, promise not to fight back, and we'll keep your money, but you get a misdemeanor and a slap on the wrist. Now, if you want your money, if you want to keep your money, now we're going to make you fight the feds.
Yeah.
Okay, so the real war on drugs issue is asset seizure.
Yes.
We have these different police chiefs association, narcotics officers association. I have videos on my YouTube channel where Dave Hodges, he's a dispensary owner in San Jose. He explains the war on drugs in 3 parts, and it's a real eye opener.
Okay.
I encourage everyone to go and watch that.
Yeah, the taking people's property just because they want to.
Oh, they're gonna
Yeah.
kick her in the nub.
They don't
right?
even you,
Oh,
you don't even have to have
that's
drugs on
terrible.
you.
That-
Right?
They can just take it by
Marla's
you
a
having
great
it.
lady.
Yeah.
I know her, and the
Yeah.
poor lady, her wheelchair is covered with duct tape. Somebody out there who cares about cannabis and cannabis reform needs to contact Marla and buy her a new electric wheelchair. That lady suffered enough. At a minimum, the cops should buy her a new wheelchair.
That's the one that
Yeah,
that
Santa Ana, we're gonna
yeah.
kick her in the nub. That was just
that-
wrong.
I can't believe that lady said that.
Well,
That
you know.
that actually, I don't think that's a norm. I
This
don't want
is
to
why
put down all
police
police for that.
officers
'Cause
have their own
that was
bar
bad.
downtown with a secret entrance so that criminals can't go in there and shoot them up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a bar in LA where the cops go in through the alley.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a
Really?
drinking establishment just for LAPD.
Interesting.
Yeah, they have their
Interesting.
own little
Does-
social clubs.
Does
and
San
everything.
Bernardino have anything like that, Danny? Or
I don't donut shop.
well, that's because they have to go to that one on what?
Yum donut shop.
Yeah. Is that the one that serves Chinese food too?
Yeah,
Well,
I
no-
think so.
The one on Waterman and Baseline. Yeah, that
Oh,
donut
don't get me
shop.
started on
Yeah.
Chinese food. Oh boy.
All right. So you've told us
What's the reason for the bag?
he's
Well,
hiding.
I'm a
Are you
superhero.
hiding?
I'm a superhero.
Oh, you
Swords.
are, huh?
Yeah, I speak for those who cannot
Huh?
come out of the cannabis closet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's not about, see, the thing is, it's not about my identity. It's not about an ego or I want to be the one. I speak for everyone who's fighting the same fight.
Okay.
So I'm protecting my identity not because it needs to be protected, but as a symbol that we need to all lose our egos and we need to do what's right for the movement and not for ourselves. There's a lot of people in this cannabis industry that are out to make money for themselves. At the Chalice recently, I went up and spoke to some cannabis dispensary owners and I said, how do you feel about legalization? We don't want it. Why? Because we're making too much money with it illegal.
I see.
Okay, so it's about them, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It should be about people's rights, and
Yes, it
freedoms,
should.
and patience. Shouldn't be about that guy getting filthy rich.
I get it.
You know, and if you want to stop the asset seizures, legalize.
yes.
We can put an end to all that nonsense immediately. But we have to come together under one initiative.
So you
one
want us
effort.
to focus on this MCLR?
Yes, and if you have an initiative that's
find
your
it.
favorite, talk to the proponents and have them contact John Lee of Americans for Policy Reform or Dave Hodges out of San Jose or me at the 420testimony@gmail.com. You hear that, folks? The 420testimony at Gmail. Send me an email. I'll talk to you. Let's hash
cool.
it out. Let's hash it out.
Hash.
My comedy's coming back.
You must be getting some residual off of Elmo over there.
That's what it is. Creativity is just flowing into the bag.
Oh man! All right. Okay. I saw another study about teens and cannabis use not being bad for the long-term
That's
brain.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
Now I've heard
Yeah.
forever since I was in it had to be elementary DARE program, which I did excellent in. The DARE program, they were telling us that if you use cannabis, you will definitely be losing all your brain cells. You'll be done.
It makes me so angry when they lie to people.
And then there was poor little Robert, who,
Yeah.
when he was very, very young, may have smoked some cannabis.
Oh no.
I think I was like 4. My gosh. I snuck into my dad's stash. It was there. I guess I actually lit it up out of the ashtray or whatever, right?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Do you think I'm nuts? Am I crazy now? Maybe
No, but I am.
I went
Listen,
to college. I did it all, but I
you wanna
always
hear-
thought I thought my brain was going to be messed up because of that one instance when I was a little kid.
Well, look at that.
Well,
so
Yeah.
maybe the reefer madness around prohibition created psychological damage to you.
It did.
It did.
That you have.
And my
and
parents.
I kind of say this about a lot of people, in particularly prohibitionists that are steadfast and refuse to even, try and educate themselves a little bit on the topic. That they stay stuck in the just say no kind of mentality. That I look at them as having a form of PTSD that is a result of the war on drugs.
Well, I can tell
And
you a
it's
story that will really
And
amaze
it's
you.
on the general citizenship, not
Yeah.
on people that enlisted to be in this war.
Well, how about me? I was away from cannabis for over 30 years.
Mhm.
Good church member and all that, right? And I started doing the research on the fact that it's a medicine, and I was blown away. And I started learning. Wow, I've been lied to all my life. This is not a dangerous drug, right? I don't have a problem with drug testing for heroin, meth, cocaine, physically addictive substances. I don't think anybody should get a job if they're physically addicted. I think if you apply for a job and you fail a drug test and they find meth or some other hard drug in your system, they should say, look, the job's going to be here waiting for you when you get back from your treatment program.
Mhm.
That's a compassionate way to handle that
What
problem.
if it's prescribed meth?
Well, there is no prescribed meth.
Yes, there is.
Oh, there is?
Yes, there
Well, let me
is.
tell you this. The first time I smoked a joint, I went and got my free pre-roll of Purple Trainwreck. I went outside to work on my car, smoked half of it thinking I can handle this. I did this 30 years ago, right? The garage door shut. The radio went down. I went in the house and flushed all the buds, all the oil, deleted all the videos, closed the curtains, got under the covers, under the sheets,
You had
talking
anxiety?
to God with a rapid heartbeat, and my wife was going to be home in 2 hours. I went and drank 2
You're
gallons of
only
milk.
supposed to take one hit, SA.
I drank 2 gallons of milk and ate 3 bags of
2
Oreos.
minutes.
But you know what? And I was fine. But
And
that,
Captain Crunch in your hand.
yeah, but that never happened again. I learned that, you know what? It was just me.
Yes, that's a common reaction.
Yeah,
for
but
people
would that
the
happen
first
if the
time.
war on drugs never existed? What would there be paranoid about?
Nothing.
So that's the problem. The problem is
There
the cops
are people
busting your
that
door
their
in.
first time they do have
Yeah.
anxiety that's not due to paranoia.
Yeah,
And I would recommend those people smell black pepper. Just take a
yeah.
whiff of
Chew on some black pepper. You're right.
Well, we did learn a lot today. So, the student, Miss Rodriguez, what do you think? What do you think so far?
Well, it was very interesting. I really don't, but I mean,
I still don't get the bag, do I?
Okay, we got 1 minute. We got 1 minute left. So, what do you think?
I think it's okay for you to try if you have, like I keep saying, if there's something going on medically wrong with you.
So we're moving forward. Where everyone's sort of learning. Thank you, Elmo. Danny Alcaraz is studying over there too. You've come along a long ways.
I still don't know how you're gonna rate it.
Yeah, we're gonna do our best with the help of Joe Hemp over here, fighting for everyone.
This will do it. This
Okay, before we leave, one more time on your website.
www.mclr.us. I am clear on who I'm voting for in 2016.
Robert and Cannabis Cold Corner is out of here.